Welcome people of the World Wide Web. So this is Chris from Cypher Sigma Toys. So yes, this is my toy channel. I have two channels. So thank you for coming along and visiting my channel. So this is a big package from a company called The Whole Shebang. I have visited them before. I've probably bought about half a dozen times, never had any problems. So they've done this. I will try and remove the label as well. So as you can tell from my complexion, I recently have left the country to go to Spain. I did get a tan, even though the weather wasn't that great. Hopefully you can tell. Probably if I took my watch off, you'd be able to see it. But yeah, so I had something sent to my parents and it arrived literally the evening before I was about to depart. So I didn't get a chance to delve into this item. Lovely loads of packages. So this is actually from a recurring toy line that you've seen that I've been picking up, but these are reissues. To be honest, amazing packaging. I mean, this is how each one of them comes. So you can kind of see turtles. So these are, yes, exactly. Like anybody, if I showed them that, they'd kind of get an idea. So this is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles reissue line. So any of you that follow the channel and may have seen some of my previous videos, I've started to kind of get a bit of a bee in my bonnet about turtles and wanting to collect more of them. As I said on a previous video that hopefully should be out, I've always been against kind of getting the reissues and new versions. I always wanted the classic ones. But as I found, like when I first started collecting, one of these figures was like 30 quid. It's almost like 90 quid now complete. Funny enough, it's the one that I've just opened, so that was very stupid. So yeah, so my very first NEC, someone had a scale tail, mostly complete, for I think it was £35. It's actually really cool artwork. And I will keep one of these cards for the reissues and stuff like this. As I say, I wasn't going to ever collect the reissues of them because I wanted the originals, just to kind of some kind of fake, not so kind of like a homage to them that I felt that I was betraying the original line by getting reissues. But as I say, when I first went to the NEC, I saw this figure, say, wasn't complete, 35 quid. I paid $18.99 for each one of these three figures. So I'm going to, let's just rip that. So I quite like the picture at the top, him fighting Raph, and I quite like having that there. So I normally keep one or two of these cards. I don't keep everything. So let's cut the figure out. I've never had the classic figure. I've never touched the classic figure. So this is all new to me. The part of the reason why I don't collect originals, I was kind of keeping in homage to them, as I say, because I wanted to some weird obsession that I did have. But over time, a lot of figures I don't really collect. All the accessories, especially with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, they're in a price point of their own, a lot of these accessories. Now, it's not to say that obviously some of these will go down in price because of these reissues. Sorry, I'm just trying to get it out of the packaging without damaging it, which is easier said than done sometimes. And there is one accessory at the back, which in all fairness, I feel like it didn't even need to be stuck in there, but they have done what they have done. Right. And I missed his arm. Right, so let's do that there. Let's put this section. So I know people that I'm very particular about putting stuff back where it came from, in the right order, just to put them in the bin a little bit easier. Apologies, I've just wasted your time with that. So yes, so here we have Scale Tail. As I say, if I wanted to buy a complete version, classic, I'm probably looking close to £100. That ain't happening for me. Obviously, he's got his tail with his gun. Then he has all his accessories. So he has. So I think these sit on the back of his. So as you can see on the back of his neck. So we'll do it there. So you see he's got loads of points of articulation, if I can get that out, and little pins to do it. So does it actually give you a picture? So this is the only thing I find with limb tails. Yeah, so it doesn't actually say what accessory goes where, which is a bit of a pain in the backside. So I think we can kind of clip that there for now. Okay, so he kind of has two that can go over his hands. So as one's is okay. So I assume this one goes over his snake arm, just because obviously it doesn't need a firing one, and then because he has his hand here, and this handle can go in there, you can kind of clip that in there. And then he has a whip, which I'm not quite sure how he can hold that amongst everything else. And as I say, he's got these pins here, so I'm assuming it kind of looks like it would sit in the middle, because that's why he needs a jetpack on the back of his head. Who knows? As I say, I don't know how. I mean, he looks quite a cool figure. Now I've got him. Let's just kind of show him the surrounds. Obviously, it's really good articulation. So very bright with the Playmates theme. Very cool tail. Obviously, I've never seen the original. I'm sure there is some variation to it, or it doesn't quite color-wise match up to the original in some way. But there is that one. Let's quickly do the other two, because so I will just show the other two. I undid that one just for purposes of this. So we have Worm with all these weapons. Again, one that is going to cost you a fair bit of money. Probably, I think I've seen him for like 60 or that with some accessories. I don't say these are only prices that I see people selling them. It's not to say that's the prices of them. And probably the meaty one that you never see with the antennas is Anthrax. This is the reason why I got it. Chrome Dome was there, but I'm not really a big fan of Chrome Dome, the character. I don't really like the design. So as I say, £19 each for these. And I have 3 figures for the collection. Now, if I wanted to buy the classic ones, I would say probably 250 to 300. Probably Anthrax complete, probably maybe 400, or £57. They still represent the characters. So this, Anthrax. But people probably come and go, oh, cool, that's an Anthrax. That's a cool looking figure. And they go, oh, it's not the original one. But I'm like, yeah, but it's a complete figure that I have in the collection, and it cost me a fraction of the money. Spending 10 times the amount to get a complete figure just for the classic line when I feel the new one's just as good, I think is fair enough. Plus, in this day and age with costs of everything. So yeah, so glad to have these reissues. As you may have seen, and I may have done at this point, it may be out or it may be coming out. I will be doing a Talking Toys video about reissues and stuff, and you'll be able to discuss that if I haven't already. But anyway, thank you for coming along to my channel. I've been Chris from Cypher Sigma Toys. If you like this content, please do click that subscribe button. It really helps the channel out. I have a recent toy room tour, which I think people will love. But otherwise, apart from that, thank you very much for watching it. I hope you're having a good day and good week, and I'll definitely see you in the next one.